Hey guys, it's Greg Jones for Engine Builder. We are at the 2023 PRI show, and today we're in the Indy Cylinder Head booth, joined by Ken Lazzeri. And this is a 588 cubic inch Hemi, and it's our Engine of the Week.
Engine Builder's Engine of the Week is sponsored by Pen Grade 1, L-Ring DOS Original, and NPW.
Ken,
Nice
pleasure. Yeah, I appreciate you giving us a little bit of time here during the PRI show. Talk about one of the Hemi builds that you guys have in the booth. This particular one's 588 cubic inches. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a 588 cubic inch. It's mainly a bracket engine, but this one's also hopped up a little bit. So normally this is a single 4-barrel 1,000 horsepower bracket engine. And we've added, we make a series of manifolds. I can add a small baby blower or a 250 blower, single alcohol carburetor. It's now a 1,400 horsepower bracket engine. Yeah. And we make the blocks, we make the heads, the intakes, rocker arms, the valve covers, all in-house.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I've been following you guys for a number of years, and it's impressive what you guys are able to do, in-house there at Indy Cylinder Heads. Correct. So, again, you said you're making the blocks, you're making the heads. You want to talk a little bit about some of the machine work that you got in this?
Well, basically, this is actually a new block. We've made aluminum blocks for over 20 years. This is an upgraded version. It's 9/16 mains, solid or water, reinforced deck, mainly for boosted applications. Everybody's got boost nowadays, and so do we. And it's just a stronger piece. It's a head that we make, raised valve, 500 CFM head, had it for years. But like any Hemi, you put a little sniff of boost and it takes off.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so we talked about some of those bigger components in this build. How about inside in terms of the rotating assembly and some of the valve train?
Well, it's got good stuff. It's got GRP rods, Callie's crank, diamond piston, high compression, 14-to-1. Even if it's supercharged, it doesn't mean anything. This blower only produces about 6 to 9 PSI. We make our own rocker arms, which are on this. I got Manton push rod type of thing, and comp cams, the BAM roller lifters, just quality parts throughout.
Yeah, very good. How about the camshaft?
It's comp cams, it's 48-degree roller cam, about 800 lift.
Okay, very good. You mentioned the blower up top. Any specs on the belt and the setup?
Well, it's a blower shop, 250 blower. It's the latest craze in bracket racing. It's something that you can just pop on any bracket engine and gain 200 to 400 horsepower. Yeah. It runs an 8mm belt, not the slip tension. It runs an alcohol. It spins so hard. Gasoline's a push, so you got to run an alcohol E85.
Very good. And then obviously you got a pretty sizable carburetor up here from Get 'em Garage.
Get 'em Garage, and he has really come up with some slick stuff, some new technology. We're pushing a limit. We're talking, this is a 2000 CFM carburetor. We're trying 2,500 CFM carburetors, almost to where they hardly will fit on the top.
Right. Yeah, it's almost as big as the blower.
Exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Ken, how about the oiling system in a
well,
engine like this?
Yes. Well, it's got our custom oil pans are made by Shorty's Fabrications, but it's made to our spec, and we've built over 5,000 Hemis since we've been in business, so we know what works and what doesn't. Single line system, 2050 oil, 12 quarts, just let it rip.
Yeah. And do you typically go with a wet sump setup on this, or do you alternate?
Well,
between
there's
dry
a turning point where that you has to be a dry sump, like with big boost or a lot of mile an hour, short shutdowns. The dry sump comes into play. But this is a high-end wet sump, is what this is.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Ken, anything else on this particular 588 Hemi that we haven't mentioned yet?
I can do this in a wedge. I can do this in a wedge head. I can do this in a Predator head. I can do it in a small block. So we make these manifolds for all the Chrysler products. So any of those engines is available to this technology.
Very cool. So the customer's got some options depending on what they want to do then. So Ken, you were talking about the intake and how it allows people to have a number of different options here. And
Correct.
We're right here with the ModMan Intake. You want to talk about?
Yeah, ModMan Intake, it's a single plane open base. We have it for the Hemi, Gen 2 and Gen 3, 440 wedge, small block and AMC. Same intake, same base, can be a 6-pack, can be 2 4-barrels, 1 4-barrel, 2 EFIs, or 250 Supercharger, or 871 Supercharger.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
it wears a lot of hats and it does a lot of things.
And it's just changing out that plate.
Changing out the top, yep.
Yeah.
And you can go from a 4-barrel to a supercharged engine in about 20 minutes.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. And you said this one somewhere between that 1100 and 1400.
This is a 1400 horsepower, easy, right on the number. You know, we've done enough of these, we can exact predict what it's going to be.
Yeah. Very good. Well, Ken, really appreciate the time, the walkthrough of this Hemi. Guys, we appreciate you watching this episode of Engine of the Week. Make sure you're checking out what Ken has going on here at Indy Cylinder Heads. And as always, make sure you're checking out enginebuildermag.com for more great engine content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.